going on, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Millionaire M.A.N Cave. It's your boy Ty in the building with you, always live on set from a actual man cave. I always get freaked out by that because, as you know, we were doing stuff in our preseasons, our last seasons. It was all CGI. I couldn't even tell you if I was actually sitting in front of you or not. But we are in the man cave of one of the cast members here on the show. Always got, I can't do it without these two brothers. Let's start with my left. It's my brother from another mic. In the building with us.
What up? What up?
What's going on, Mike? What's going on, Mike? And this is actually his man cave. So if ever you not see us on air, it's his fault because he's kicked us out.
Hey,
my man Black.
Due at first of the month. Rent ain't here first of the month. Ain't no show first of the month.
So it is his man cave. We are doing it in his spot. As always, you know what goes on in the man cave. I can't even say stay in the man cave for the simple fact that y'all watching this.
Y'all watching it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Watching it. But
so,
that's the point.
Exactly. So you actually are getting in the mind of the man. Your husband, your brother, your uncle, your daddy. This is the stuff that they won't tell you that we actually gonna tell you and we actually gonna talk about because we ain't scared about it.
You know how many dudes, man, could benefit from just general talk about relationships? I mean, how much money is that worth, really? I mean, how much alimony?
I don't know. No, I say it's priceless. And the reason I say that is because us as dudes in general don't talk. So what you may know, I may not know, and you may know some valuable information.
Right.
What you may know, I may not know, and again, you may know some valuable information, and vice versa. What I may know, y'all may not know. So
Right.
so I say it's invaluable because
Thus, Millionaire M.A.N.
Millionaire M.A.N Cave.
Because it can save you a couple of million, you know.
Yeah.
Probably save a whole bunch of folks. I know. Hey, look. I know y'all done saved me a couple of dollars.
save some bucks on my Geico bill.
Exactly.
Because
15 minutes or more. All you need from the Millionaire M.A.N Cave.
Your insurance single is different from your insurance while you're married. So,
Absolutely.
So that is the value of Millionaire M.A.N Cave. It is not the financial aspect of it, but it is actually the mental knowledge as well as the financial that we in here giving you your value for.
Absolutely.
It is worth millions plus more.
Yeah, man. I mean, look, you got to think about it. You got, what, like 120 years experience sitting right in here?
Yep.
Plus all the wisdom that you done got, the 100, I mean, you probably got 400-500 years of experience from the people you know. You got 400-500, I got about 400-500. So, man, you looking at some infinite wisdom up in here. And so, better take heed, fellas. Take heed. And one quick nugget that you need to understand is that, hey, man, learn to talk it out, man. Learn to talk it out.
That's
one thing that we're not doing these days is we're not communicating. We don't communicate, and we're communicating with a warring mind. We at war.
So let me ask you this though, because you said that. Are we talking it out with our brothers, our boys, or are we talking it out in relationships? Period. Whether it's our wives, our girlfriends, our kids.
I mean, man, I think it's all the way, for me as a man, I think how we talk it out, and I'm not going to say as a man, but human nature. Mm-hmm. It's human nature for us to talk out our problems with us as the hero, or us as the high road person. You know, when we start talking about, you know, we had shows we did when people call in and they say, I done did everything.
I remember that
you know
show.
I did everything.
I remember that show.
You ain't did everything. Because if you did everything except the right thing, then you ain't did everything. Then you did nothing.
You must say you ain't done nothing.
Exactly. So, you know, that's why you know I go with that. So with the communication, you know, it's communicating openly and freely. And sometimes just getting it out, man, and you know, being open to different perspectives, and not having that attitude of. I think a lot of times for me, when I argue to be right, right, because I don't want to be wrong.
Okay, so answer me this, and that's a good one. Go ahead, Mike.
Well, I was going to say that I think that's the part of men. We want to be right, you know, and so with that being said. It's like we don't talk to one another because
We don't even talk anymore.
Yeah, we
I'm
don't
sorry.
talk to one another
Man,
because one, we
hold on,
don't
man.
want to be
Hold
wrong.
on. Man
Man code.
code, unofficial man code. You never sing a song when you around other dudes. If I catch a dude singing songs around a dude conversation, look, kill yourself. Don't ever do that again, man. I'm gonna cancel the show, man. Let's go. All right, Mike, carry on. That's man code.
Oh, I was just saying.
No
that,
babyface references. No early '90s R&B soul rayon shirt.
You just got the button up rayon shirt.
Yeah,
on.
no rayon music. No rayon.
With the step out with the mic.
Yeah, none of that. None of that. No rayon music. Talk when you with your
God.
friends. All right,
My
go
bad.
ahead.
Go
But
ahead.
men, we don't talk, and so I think one of the reasons, or it's a dual reason, that we don't talk is we don't want to be wrong,
Right. Yep.
and we don't want somebody else telling us what to do
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
because we feel like we right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So I think it's a double fold thing.
Yep.
I got you, but so okay. So I'm sorry. That whole thing, that man code thought just threw me the heck way off.
That instantly jumped in my mind. Man. I was like,
But
you ain't supposed to be doing that. No. We don't do
but
that.
why don't we as men in general talk? Like, why do we usually keep stuff to ourselves? And I mean, personally, I think it's a pride thing for starters. But I mean, it's interesting to ask y'all, why do we as men usually don't talk, either with other men or in general? I mean, not in that sense.
I think
but,
it's innate. It's
or
innate.
even with our spouses. A lot of us, we don't talk. We keep a lot of stuff. I'm guilty of it. Wife, I don't tell my wife how tired I am of a lot of stuff that I do, and I'm not saying it in a negative way, but to me, it's like I have to portray that I'm okay, I can do it, mentality. I can't show you that I'm tired. I can't show you that I may be struggling with this. Instead of, communicating and saying, yo, babe, I'm tired. I just need a nap. Just give me 5 minutes, or I need your help because I'm struggling right now.
Right. I mean, it's like I said, I think it's innate for men to just, it's just in us. It's in us, man. We're the providers. We're the hunters. We go out. We're not out here hunting now, but it's what we are. It's how we were designed to be, and it was me to be the protector. And as me being a protector, I ain't got time to be sharing how I feel. I gotta act. I gotta do something. I gotta come home. I gotta bring it. I gotta bring it.
Yeah.
And so that primal
Way of thinking
is ingrained in us. It's in our DNA as a man. That's what makes us men. And I don't think it's a bad thing, but it's just the way it is. And I think what's bad is when you don't understand that.
Oh.
But if you do understand that, then you're more open. You're more apt to be open to talk about things with other people because you understand. You got to understand the game to beat the game. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So once you understand that, I think it's okay when you say, hey, I can talk about it because now I know a lot of times, man, we're always competing against each other.
Yes.
And at a point now, is when you get off that, it's almost like this, man. I was looking at some stuff today real quick. It was talking about Michael Jordan. It's like one time they was beating the team so bad, they say Jordan went at halftime and drunk a 6-pack of beer just to make the game competitive because he knew it was not a competition. This is hearsay. I don't know if it's true or not. Sounded good to me, so I just said,
I was gonna go with it.
I'm going with it anyway. So, hey, Jordan, if you hear, if you see this, hey, call in, let me know I'm wrong, bro. But other than that, hey, I'm gonna roll with the story.
Hey, if it's on the internet,
yeah. And so
Everything on the internet's true.
But when you don't have to compete, you can create. And when we get to that creative level in our lives, then it's okay for us to be free because we're now creating. I'm not competing, I'm not comparing, but I am creating. And then, so for us as men, when we get that creation level, it's cool, man. It's a good thing. That's when you're a king. Yeah, that's when you being royal. You creating things. You are providing and doing those things. But hey man, what we moving to?
I was about to actually kind of segue right into it. Thank you, sir. Throwing that right over the fence to you. Okay, so that leads me into this question. So why is it that I'm a social media dude? I stay on social media. I ain't gonna lie, even when I ain't supposed to, probably.
Okay.
And I notice a lot of, and I follow a lot of, social influencers and a lot of people in the, who are popular in the community who you see memes and the memes of people who are supposed to be inspirational, right?
Okay.
A lot of stuff that I watch, a lot of the inspiration is either geared towards women to tell women what men are doing and what men are not doing. Or you see a lot of them say men should treat women this way.
Right.
Men should do this for a woman that way.
Right.
But you never see any in the opposite that say women, you should treat your man. And I can say never. There may be 1 in a million out there that say you should treat your man this way. When you got a good man, make sure you keep him and make sure da 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 da. But it's always men. Make sure you don't do this. Make sure you. Somebody can literally write a book. And I'm pretty sure maybe somebody even has, of all the things that we teach our daughters, our women growing up or whatever, how to treat a man. But is there something on the opposite end where we're teaching, our no, vice versa. Sorry, it's a man.
I ain't seen them books.
Vice versa. It's a lot of stuff out there to show boys how to treat a woman. Don't hit a woman. You should make sure you pay the bills. All stuff you were saying a minute ago.
Open the door.
Pay the bills. Open the door. Do this, that, and the third. Da, da, da. But
Pump the
there's
gas.
nothing on the opposite end to say women. Now I'm sorry, I got that completely mixed up. Women, you should treat a man X, Y, and Z in order to, or you should just treat a man X, Y, and Z. Period. Not in order to get a man, not in order to keep a man, or any of that stuff, but just period.
See, I think that's old school. I think that, okay, my reference is movies,
Okay.
and things like that. But I think that's old school where mothers would pass that down to their daughters.
Okay.
Make sure that you do this for your man. Make sure you do that for your man. But then when we hit the 60s, 70s, and women's lib and all of that, it kind of flew out the door.
Yeah, I mean, Mike. Yeah, when you said it's old school, I didn't know where you was going, but I kind of understand what you're saying, and I agree with today. It's almost for a lot of women, man. It's for them relationships. It ain't the person who they with.
Mm-hmm.
It's that what the atmosphere and what they're doing. It's almost like, ooh, girl, you got a man. I don't care who the man is. The man don't matter as long as you got that piece in the puzzle and it's there, and you got somebody who is cooing you.
Okay.
Is wooing you, cooing you, whatever you want to call it. Ooh, he opened the door. He sent me flowers. Blah, blah, blah. They don't care about the dude. They care about you in that zone of being in
you're
that.
missing piece of that puzzle.
Yeah.
But the question is, even around that, we can say the same for guys or boys. You got that picture of the puzzle, da 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 da, and you want that wife to fit. But I'm talking about, and even that piece of the puzzle for guys is, as a boy, when you grow up, you're supposed to take care of your wife. You're supposed to, be a provider, be a protector, be this, that, and the third. But on the other end of that puzzle, for a woman, as they're piecing that puzzle together, there isn't, you should do this for your husband. You should do this for your man. You should do. There is not any of that at all. Like I said, and that's just relating it to old school. What Mike's talking about. I'm talking even nowadays on social media. Like, you always see stuff that says men are, should be doing this for a woman, and my man should be doing this, and da da da. But you don't see in the reverse of that, where it should be like women. And I can't. And I initially said never, but I take back never, because I have seen maybe one or two, but it's so far few and in between. You say you relate stuff to sports. I relate stuff to, you relate stuff to movies. I relate stuff to music. Think of female artists out there. Female artists that is not rapping or singing about something negative about a man. in comparison to male artists that you know who are singing about making love, wooing a woman, I want to marry you, meet me at the altar. You know, it's a bunch of men singing, oh baby, 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 baby. But in the reverse, you don't get women. Angie Stone, she's one. She does it. She had the strong. What's that?
I see what you're saying.
Angie Stone, Jill Scott.
Yeah.
She's another. Jill Scott.
Yeah.
Lettucey. Let's go on the other end of the spectrum, because that's about all the three that I can think of on the female end of the spectrum. Let's go on the other. So we got Tank.
Tank.
Well, Tank, he gotta go.
Dog.
That's why I said he may be singing to men. We don't know. Avant.
It's like 19.
Avant, Shy, Boys II Men. That's just on one hand. Tyrese. What's his name? The dude from Mario. Everybody, all these dudes are singing or rapping.
Wait a minute, dog. First of all, you talking about dudes like 15, 20 years ago.
Okay, Music Soul Child.
These dudes these days, they ain't wooing nobody. It's, hey, Superman. Hey, look. Man.
But my point is,
Snapchat that. They Snapchat that thing to me, girl. I mean, ain't no wooing out there. I don't agree, man, with that. No, I ain't saying it's right.
You talking about nowadays. I'm talking about in general. Because I don't listen to the nowadays music.
I heard a dude say, I eat the booty like groceries.
Whoa.
I was like, whoa. Did you just say that for real? You eat the
breaks.
Like all the groceries?
Wow.
You gonna eat the booty like lettuce,
tomatoes,
ice cream,
yep,
peanut butter and jelly,
Wow.
and grape Kool-Aid? You gonna eat the booty like that? God.
It's all good separate, but all together.
Dog. I don't know about that now. I don't nowadays, because I'm like, man, look, man, I'm a pretty hardcore dude, man. But I listen to the radio, and I've been eat the booty like gross. Oh, whoa, wait for a minute now. I got a daughter. Let me change this station. I want my daughter somehow. If you can't eat the booty like groceries, you can't get now. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. I gotta go. I can't have that, man.
So I can't fool this dude.
I just disagree with. Hey, look, the old school cats, they was fooling and cool.
But that's what
These
okay.
cats,
Chris Brown. Chris Brown's another one. He's singing about, women. What do you
I understand,
hear?
but that's not
what
the
do
point.
you hear?
The point is not about what they're saying, but yeah, I do understand that there's a concept that, and you're right. I agree with you. Well, what we're saying is that, listen, no one is out there championing what should happen after you get the man.
Not even after you get the man, just men in general.
But check this out,
Just
man.
men in
Check
general.
this out, man. How many guys, if you're out there, how many of y'all know this? Look, I can say the percentage is much higher for men who, when a woman meets a man, this man will continue to do exactly the same thing that he does for the rest of his life, the same day you met him. If he was a freaky hoe when you met him, he's going to still be doing that during a relationship, and you know that. If he was the nicest guy, he's going to continue being the nicest guy. If he was doing it, he's going to take... On the other hand, most women, when they get that man and they clamping, clink, that woman changes.
But okay, and I get exactly what you're saying, but this is...
But here's what I'm saying is that because she don't feel she got to do anything else. She feels that it's an obligation because y'all together and y'all say we're a couple, that you got to do everything to make me happy.
But that's my point. Okay. Why is that? Why is it that nobody is telling these women differently or girls differently as they grow up in comparison to what they're telling us as boys and as men? Because as boys and men, they're telling they're telling us you have to provide, you have to protect, you have to do this, that, and the third in order for those things that you were just talking about. But on the flip side for women, they're just saying, don't worry about it. He'll take care of you. You just continue being you.
Yep.
Because think about it this way. As a young man, the first rule that all of us are taught when it comes to women is what? I guarantee you one of y'all probably know it. Do not put your hand on a woman.
Right. Yeah.
When is that ever told to a girl? Do not put your hand on a man.
Right.
Then they get older, and I'm not saying
think
it's
they
right,
can.
but they think that they can.
Right.
Or get surprised when they do it, and the man returns back and goes, "Yo, don't hit me, because if you hit me, I'm gonna hit you back." Now again, I'm not saying it's right,
Right.
but the man knows the first, don't hit me because I'm gonna hit you back. See, he's not gonna hit you because he was always taught, I'm not gonna hit, don't hit her.
Right.
Don't. But when is when is it ever taught to a woman or a little girl, don't hit a
that man
boy?
either.
Right.
Don't hit that man.
Right. And that is very crucial because you got some women think they can say, do anything, and do anything
But
to a
you
man.
are never to
and
talk
he ain't
down.
And if he retaliates, he's wrong.
But you were never to talk down. You were never to say nothing negative ever about a woman. And the first time you do, would you say that about your mama? That's the first thing they want to relate it to.
Yeah.
Would you say that about your mama? They'll never say, "Oh, little girl, you say that about your daddy?"
Right.
No, it's would you say that about your mom? And the little boy, oh shit, no, my bad. That's my mom. I wouldn't do that.
Right.
It's such as my wife always says, a double standard.
It is.
It's a double standard
It
like
is.
crazy, dog.
I look at it like this. It's a wrong. It's not a standard at all. That's not a standard we shoot at. I mean, the standard we should be shooting for is a standard of, not of equity.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna say equality.
Okay.
I don't. In relationships, there is no such thing as equality, but there is equity.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you're dealing with two different people, each brings a different set of attributes that may not be equal, but they are just as important for that relationship.
Right.
And so, yeah, you're right, man. I wouldn't say it's a double standard, but yeah, somebody needs to be talking about certain things. Like, for instance, man, this is a true story, man. My daughter had a little situation in school where a little boy caught the wrong side of an uppercut. You know what I'm saying? And,
Wait, from your daughter?
yeah, from my daughter. And it was in.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing because I know his daughter and I can totally see it.
And and it was because he was mouthing off, that girls aren't smart and they were in a group, and she ended up she gave him an uppercut in the
the never regions. So she ain't tagging him in the chin.
Oh no, that was in the Netherlands.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh. That's wrong.
She brought it home.
She brought it home, and so
And hey, ask him where she learned it from. I'm sure she had to have learned it from him.
I don't know. I don't walk around busting dudes in the balls. I don't do that. I mean,
But I'm pretty sure you told her, look, hey, if ever somebody was to have ever the first place you go.
Hey, look here, man. I got something. Hey, that's to protect that, man. I do what I got to do. I never told my daughter to do that, but I had to look at that. Like, now, what you're saying is, I got a call from the
Principal.
From the principal. It was a fellow principal. I was still a principal in school at the same time, and they called, hey, yo, Mr. Black, man, I got to talk with you. Yo, what's up, man? What you calling me for? What's going on? I'm trying to figure out why you calling me. So yeah, we had a little situation with your dog, blah blah blah. And I'm like, what? And so when he told me, I'm like, yo, what? And so now I talked to my daughter. She was like, she broke down. He was saying girls ain't smart, and we was trying to do a group project, and he wasn't doing his part. He wasn't doing his part of the project. He's calling us stupid, blah blah blah. And I got mad that, and I hit him. So a part of me was saying yes,
right.
but then there was another part of me that says, you know what? Right now you're a little bit more aggressive than most of these little boys you around. But I can't have you growing up thinking that you are the most aggressive person on the face of earth, and that you can hit anybody when they don't conform to what you want to do. So I had a real long talk with her because I don't want my daughter growing up thinking that, forget hitting a male, anyone, whether it's male or female, when you don't agree with what they're saying, that's not a reason to hit anybody. You know what I'm saying? You got to be, that's what I was talking about. Now she's on that competitive stage. You got to be on the creative stage of where you can now create, okay, well, let's get smarter and let me show you a little bit something different. You know what I'm saying? So I think it goes from, I think it's fathers.
Okay.
who should be doing that to their children, of letting them know that, hey, this is how you treat a man. This is what you do. This is how you do it. Not necessarily, as far as all relationships, but as raising kids the right way. Hey, look, man, don't you treat other people how you want to be treated. Right. And I think that needs to be, and for the most part, I think we need. I don't give no different teaching to my son. I don't say, well, man, you need to open the door for a woman and all that. Listen, if I feel like opening the door for my wife, I open the door for my wife. Because guess what? My wife don't even like me to open the door for all the time. I can open my own door. I don't need no man. My wife get independent.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, I'm sorry. I'm bad. I grow my own flowers. And I'm like, whoa, really? Where does this come from? I'm like, man. I'm like, okay, all right, well, whatever you like. So, I mean, it's like, just don't, it's just the principles. You treat people how you want to be treated. I changed it a little bit different. You treat people better than you want to be treated. Mm-hmm. And that's how you get by in life. And that's the only lesson I got.
And I got that. I got all that. But when is that stuff instilled, and who does it? You said it should be done by the fathers, because
fathers should be teaching their daughters.
Now, as a father, I can take. Now let me clarify that. Okay. I take responsibility for what I can do.
Okay.
I'm a father. I got kids. That's what makes me a father. In case y'all didn't know. All right? You didn't catch that, did you?
Ding.
All right, yeah. Right. Light should have went off.
Yeah. Sir,
light should have went off.
You get a chip, sir.
Yeah, I get some chips. But, you know what I'm saying? The thing is, man, for me, I can only be responsible for what I can be responsible for. And as a father, that's what I'm teaching my kids. Okay. That's what I'm going to teach my kids. And when I say it's a father's responsibility, I'm speaking out of what I can control. And that's what I can control. You know what I'm saying? In your house, I don't know. I don't know who teaches that. But in my house, I will.
Got you. And you are one in a million, sir. Millionaire Man Cave, sir. No, and I say that because that's not the situation in everybody's house or everybody's situation, because a lot of these chicks feel like, I get most of my advice or whatever from the daggone internet. They looking at memes that, to tell them, I found Jesus through Joel Osteen on Facebook Live, or if it wasn't for Bishop T.D. Jakes on YouTube, then I never know who Jesus was. So they're not getting it from mama, like Mike said, old school, where mama was taking them to church, or grandmama was taking them to church, or grandmama was sitting them down while they was cleaning greens and saying, baby, in order, or Niecy Nash wrote the book, baby, in order to keep your man, you need to keep him drained and fed, while they cleaning greens.
That's true.
But like Mike said, that's old school.
But that's true.
Yeah.
Well, it's old school that the mothers are passing it down to their daughters.
Right. But they don't do it no more. So you say it should be done at home, but like you said, they're not doing it no more at home.
They're not doing it.
But yet what is still coming from home, coming from school, and coming from everywhere else is, hey boy, you better hold that door for that girl. Hey boy, you better not touch that girl. Hey boy, you better treat that girl X, Y, and Z, this, that, and the third. The mothers are not sitting down with these girls no more to say, hey, baby, this is what this is how, me and grandpa done stayed together for 80 years because I used to get them off right, baby girl. This is how you get them off right. Whatever the case,
I think they just be waiting for that jump off. Look, she'll learn. Let her keep talking to that man like that. Hey, I tell you what, you let that man keep walking out that house.
Hey.
Smelling like Lagerfield. Dre car. And she ain't drained it. Hey, she'll learn.
But is that what it is though? Is it the she'll learn technique? Like, all right, she'll learn, she be all right, she good.
Or should she be told?
I think she should be told, personally.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with it. I agree it's not happening, and it is. It's out there, when we talk about double standard. But yeah, no one is. I know, especially in my marriage, ain't nobody told my wife how to treat a man. Because I'm telling you right now, it'd be like, hey, look,
But I think this is like that for a lot of our wives. I mean, yes, I know my wife has a father figure that was in her life or a bonus dad, but her dad wasn't in her life,
Right,
you know.
right.
So, you know, I can't say that he sat down with her and said, "Hey, baby girl, this is what you need to do because men are X, Y, and Z." I know she had brothers that kind of taught her the game as well, even though they were younger. But you know, that's not the same for you know. It's just not happening nowadays like it was back in the 70s, 80s, or you know, I think it fell apart in the early, you know, late 90s, early 2000s. So now you got a lot of these 21, 30, you know, 21, 25-year-olds looking at Facebook going, oh, that why I'm supposed to treat a man? Or that why I can't keep a man?
Hey, this brings to mind, man, I don't get on social media a lot, but when I do, you know, with my Dos Seconds voice, but when I do, I really get into it. I saw something, it was like, I don't know who posted it, I don't know if you posted somebody, but it was like about, it was a post of, why can't women apologize? But guess what? That's what men always do. We always find ourselves apologizing and trying to make the situation better, and we are trying to save everything.
And what did I just say a moment ago? It leads to the same conversation. Is because that is what we were taught to do.
Yeah, right.
We were taught to be the protectors, the providers, the everything that we are supposed to be. So, right, in order to be those things,
Well, Mike
and to make sure,
look, Mike,
I know
Mike,
his face, but in order to be those things, in order to be those things to a woman, in order to make sure that she feels okay, in order to make sure that she doesn't feel violated, or in order to make sure that she feels secure, it takes for us as men to go, you know, baby girl, I'm sorry, I shouldn't. I'm sorry that you feel that way. I'm sorry because it's that, and because whenever we have done something wrong, or whenever it's perceived that we've done something wrong, because we apologize even when we don't do stuff wrong.
Right. But Todd, check this out.
But women on the flip side of that, do you know how hard it is for them to apologize?
But
bro?
who teaches them not to apologize?
Other women.
That's a
It's other women.
That's a good point.
It's other women.
Talk to me.
It's other. The same way that we go to the barbershop. Barbershop talk. We've all been to the barbershop. It's the same way they go to hair salons and they got shop talk. Or the same way they listening to their mama on the telephone talking about Earl wasn't X, Y, and Z. Or,
talking
or
like
the,
they
or
in
the aunt.
they in the hero position.
Right. Or the
girl,
aunt.
I told him this and she came and I told her to do this and I ain't got time for all that.
Or they sit there talking to their aunt, you know, they talking to the aunt, you know, and da da da. And meanwhile, baby girl sitting at the table.
Yeah.
Or baby girl around the corner listening to everything that's going on.
Everything is going
and
on.
she ain't never heard that woman said, I was wrong.
I was wrong.
That's right.
So you ask where they learn it from. They learn it from other women. If I sit my son down, and I have, because I got 3 boys, I sit my boys down, and I tell everybody, I date all my kids. So I got 3 boys and a girl. I date them, and so that is their opportunity for us to have a good open conversation about anything you want to talk about. I ain't gonna hold it against you. None of that. You tell me, you know, it is what it is. But and it's a 2-way conversation. When we do that, I also sit, you know, and tell them, you know, hey, while I'm asking, yo, what's going on with the girl in your life? You know, you got a girl? Are you treating her X, Y, and Z? Are you doing da 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 da? You know, making sure that, you know, that conversation is had. You know, oh man, you should have done that. Maybe you should go apologize. You know, he's telling me, you know, maybe something he's done that I didn't think was, you know, now she's mad at him. So I'm telling him, maybe you should go apologize, make that better. You know, da 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 da. Especially if you really like her.
Right.
In comparison to, I'm gonna sit down with my daughter. Oh, baby girl, maybe you should go apologize to that man. Oh no, it's not. We don't tell our daughters that. You're supposed to be the strong one. You're supposed to make sure you don't need a man. So when you don't let nobody take advantage of you. So you don't tell your daughter, you need to apologize, baby girl, if you was wrong. You need to, you know, make sure everything is, you know.
So is it on us too?
So I just got a question. I got a question right now. It's just a general question. Of all the people looking at this right now, male and female. Males, if you're a male. And if you're a male, you're a male. I don't want to do no
Tank.
I ain't got
Not even that. I'm about to say there's a lot of she-males out there. I think that's what he was getting
look,
at.
I ain't trying to get to all the identification stuff, but males, think about the last time you apologized. Stop. Females, Think about the last time you apologized. Crickets.
You ever find yourself apologizing and don't even know why you apologizing? Those are the worst apologies. Be like, I'm sorry. You ain't even said nothing. You ain't even said. All you said was good morning. And baby, I'm still asleep. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Because you know what? Because you know what, man? Because you're just trying to get to that peace. You trying to get
Peace.
to.
Yep.
Yeah, you're just trying to get to that area of, hey, man, I just want to breathe good air. I don't want to, I just, you know what? I'm a hustler. I lied before. I can continue to lie. My bad. I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? You get to that. You get to it, man. I'm a hustler, man. I do that. I do stuff like that. I lie to you to make you feel good if that's going to make us better.
But were you taught that though? Or was that just something you feel like you just had to do along the lines because, hey, you wanted old girl to make sure
man, look here,
she
man.
took care of you at the end of the
For
night?
me growing up, man, I had so many uncles, man. My daddy had 7 brothers, and we were all close. And then my mom had 2 brothers who we were close. And so I grew up around a whole bunch of uncles, man. And I was the beneficiary of all that talk. And
That's
so
that experience
when
you were talking
I
about.
heard something that ain't supposed to be repeated around women, I knew it. It was like, they telling, black man, white man, any man jokes. Stuff like that. You get there, you like, whoa, here you go. My boys at school gonna love this, but I can't tell little girls this at school, you know what I'm saying? You get to that and as a man, you knew that what you were doing, in a sense, this was wrong.
Right. Yeah.
And you knew it. Not. I'm not saying it was. Let me clear it up. Not that it was wrong. That this was sacred. This was between men. This was between us. You know what I'm saying? Women, I don't think they get that. They get, like you said, they get. Hey, he messed up. He ain't crap. He ain't this. We ain't apologizing.
Okay.
He got to do this for us.
This is where I agree, but I disagree.
Okay, talk to me.
Women are getting it. However, they're getting it. Their concept of getting it is different from ours. Their concept, shut up, Mike. Their concept of getting it is different from ours because, like you said, when men have these conversations in the barbershop,
They getting it.
when we have these conversations in the barbershop, we have these conversations in Man Cave.
I'm trying to get
We
it.
know
Get it.
that what stays in Man Cave
Get it, girl.
stays in. We know what stays at the barbershop. What goes on the barbershop stays at the barbershop.
Barbershop.
Yeah.
What goes in Man Cave stays in Man Cave. Women, on the other hand, what goes on the salon, they don't got the same code that we have. It stays in the salon. It stays at girls' night. No, they got the code
They bring
of
it home.
Not even that they bring it home. I can go and I can talk on my phone, and I don't care who hear me. I want him to hear me. I want da 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 da.
Right.
So now they talking the stuff that we don't say out loud. They saying. They saying out loud. We just don't say. That's what I said. They get it. They just don't get it the same way we get it. They saying stuff out loud. So baby girl is hearing you around the corner. I'm saying stuff at the, when we leave the barbershop with our sons, we say, bruh, what goes in the barbershop stays in the barbershop. Don't go home and tell your mama what we didn't talk about here.
Right.
Look, women don't say, oh, baby girl, when you leave here, don't go home and tell your daddy what we talked about in the shop. It was like, ooh, daddy, did you know?
Unless
mama?
that ain't her real daddy at home. Don't you go home telling your daddy that you ain't the child.
That's
Nah,
true.
we got a good thing going here. Now,
You still want that bed?
yeah. Bobby doll, dream house ain't free.
Exactly. But it's
Mom
ooh,
gotta do what mom gotta do.
It's ooh, daddy. Did you know that mama and they don't, women don't say, girl, don't say that. You shouldn't, you shouldn't, don't, what goes on in the salon, no, but the first thing we leave the salon other than, dude, your hair look fresh, but don't go home talking to your mama what we talk about here. Because half the stuff that goes on, just talked about is stuff that you want to keep sacred between guys.
Right. And then too, we ain't even tripping on our conversation. Don't be tripping on I mean, the mentality in the barbershop, I don't know.
It ain't gossip.
I ain't been to the barbershop in a long time.
but it's usually not gossip.
It ain't gossip. It's gonna be, hey, look here, man. It ain't gonna be one dude stuck on one woman.
Right.
It's gonna be, hey, let's move to the next. It's, hey, look, man.
Y'all remember that time when back in college it used to be that? So you talking general terms?
Yeah, man. Yeah, you talking general terms, and you know, man, the coldest thing I ever heard in the barbershop was Young Blood. The poet's rat got more than one hole. I said, rats? We talking about rats now? How we talking about rats? We talking about rats. And I was like, man. And I got older, I understood exactly what he was talking about. He said, the poet's rat. He got more than one hole. I was like, oh my goodness. That is Greek, African, Kemet, Swahili philosophy that would save your life, man. Yep. That's the truth.
Yeah.
I mean, but I'm like, and so you get that type of knowledge up in those places from men, but with women, it's about domination of a situation. Yes. It's listen. I got a man. He does what I tell him to do. I'm gonna be the hero in every situation. Everything that goes on. When I talk to you, I'm gonna spread what I'm feeling to you, gain you as an ally, and you, yeah, girl, I'm same thing. I want that confirmation of somebody who's going through the same thing, and they ain't got to be going through the same thing. They'll make another woman feel they're going through the same thing, and she got a good man at home. Her man ain't doing none of that, and she like, girl, I know what you mean. Yeah, mine ain't did it yet, but I know he will.
Right.
That's the. Man, I was thought about cuss up in here, man.
We in man cave.
Yeah, we in man cave. But we on TV though. But sometimes I forget we're on TV. And you know, we're trying to make this marketable. So for all y'all out there talking about they ain't no real man cave. Y'all ain't trying to get paid either.
And the other times I do seriously forget.
Invite me to your man cave and I will give you all of the cuss words that you want.
Welcome to the man cave.
Hey.
Welcome to the mofo man cave. You snitches. You mother chickens. I tell you one thing. You biscuit eaters better not say a front door to me. I will funky
But
chicken
that's
you
what
up.
women. But that's crazy because that's what women are like. Yo, what really going on over here? You was gone all day. What y'all really be talking about? Well, sometimes we truly forget that the camera's rolling. And
Yeah, we forget.
say, say things, and it just so happens.
Because sometimes we ain't drinking apple juice.
I'm drinking lemonade. I don't know if they talking about. Mine is lemonade.
That's some dirty lemonade. They made your lemonade with some peaches.
Sewer water.
You got some dirty lemons. You got some. Where you get brown lemons from?
But I mean, it's why don't we where does it start that we start teaching our girls not the same thing, but along the same lines of the stuff that we teach our boys? You say it starts at home. You think it starts at home too, Mike?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and this conversation tonight makes me want to go home.
Cause you got a baby girl,
Right. And she'll be 8 this year, at the end of this year. So I have to think about those things. And this conversation tonight makes me think about that. You know, it makes me think, well, maybe I need to, you know, start that conversation with her.
yeah.
That's how you treat a man.
And yeah, I mean, and like Ty was saying, a lot of she'll learn from how she sees her mother interact with other men.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, but what a lot of girls don't, I mean, just for me, they don't see how to the physical aspect of a relationship with a man. They know the outward. Oh, I cook, or I do this, or I say, hey baby, I know all the outskirts, but then we get to the point about, hey, let's get up in this bedroom. They don't see that.
Right.
And I'm not saying I'm finna have that conversation with my daughter. Hell no. That's not what I'm saying.
Right.
But as far as treating a man, you want to make sure that finding out the basics, the principles of just relationships. What does that person like? What is, we talk about the love language, and I don't think it's just 5 love. I think it's more than 5 love languages. It's probably a million of them.
Yeah.
Somebody just put in a book, but what is that what makes that person feel valued? And when you can get that ability to find out how you can make a person feel valued, then you'll always be of value to that person.
That's right.
And if you can provide that to that person, you're always gonna have value. So I think that's the message that I get to my kids. I mean, I'm not trying to. I don't sit around telling my son, "I'm tell you, boy, I got this move where you."
Peekaboo.
No,
Peekaboo get him every time, boy.
man.
Peekaboo get him every time.
Tell him, boy,
Try
worry
peekaboo
it
technique. Try peekaboo technique.
Hey. Your real story, man. I had a dude. Shout out to Max. Max, man, you're a fool, man. The dirtiest man on the face of earth. Old black coaches over 60 years old. Football coaches.
Football coaches.
Dirtiest men on the face of earth. They the dirtiest. I had this old coach, Max, man, and he was telling me how this dude had to be. I mean, he had to be at least 66, 67 years old. Okay. And his thing was how he knocks them down. And I guess I had enrolled in his class because every day doing conditioning, hey, black, come over here, come here. I had this hammer the other night. And they always say hammer. I had this hammer. I said, hammer? Yeah. So I had this hammer the other night, man. This is just Max. This ain't none of me. That ain't none of it. He would tell me he had all these moves he had, man. Just tried one of them, man.
Okay.
It worked, man. He know what he was talking about, man. He said, I'm old, man. I ain't got time to be, Hey, look, man. Hey, look. I understand. I ain't got 3 legs like I used to. I was like, what? He said, young blood, you got 3 legs. I said, okay, I'm with you. But he showed me some other things, man. That, I was like, man, you a dirty old man, Max. And he was like, yeah, I'm a freaky old man too. It's like, whoa.
But you tried something.
Oh boy, he had me. I was like, hey, do that. I'm about to go do that tonight, man. I'm gonna do that tonight.
Fellas, let's. That's hilarious. I'm sorry, that was funny. Because I'm mad you tried some stuff some dirty old man does. That old man that got worm. Anyway, man code. Where we at with man code? Man code. I got one.
What you got?
Man code. You might remember this. Not too long ago, we sitting out on your back patio, grilling out. All the fellas, we sitting there talking. I don't think you was there that night. All the fellas sitting there talking. And I don't remember what we was talking about. I think maybe you and B might have been talking about old Hampton days or something. I don't remember what we specifically talking about. But all of a sudden, I look in the corner, and one of our boys is sitting there on the phone talking to his woman. Talking to his woman. Man code, fellas. Thou shalt never answer the phone for any woman, even his mama.
In the midst of.
Even his mama in the midst of the rest of the fellas. You want to do it with your woman? Cool. Answer your phone when you with your woman talking to your mama.
And I feel that America. Let me explain. And we did say something.
Oh yeah.
We did say something.
Bruh, can you take that out? What is you doing?
Yeah.
Go that way
Man,
with that.
I know you ain't sitting here talking to your woman while we sitting here talking man stuff. Man, look. I love my boy. Peace out to you. Love you. But let me tell you something, man. After this day, if you find yourself around your partners and they talking war stories, and you just happen to have your phone up to your ear and your woman can hear what
Everything
he's
is going
saying about what used to happen or what happened, what's going on, kill yourself.
No, sir.
Because you were never no longer in around in the circle.
Yeah,
Oh.
hey, look, thou shall never,
Ever.
ever,
Ever, ever? Forever, ever?
ever stay in the cipher with thou woman on thy
On the phone.
communication devices. Can I get a toast?
I ain't got nothing left.
I'm empty. I'm empty.
It's
Whatever.
no, well, I tell you what, peace.
So, yeah, well, peace. Where we going, bro?
Peace unto y'all, man, because you can get none of my peace. I'm this rest of this.
But no, because I mean, think about it. Because we was literally just talking about the fact of women don't have that sacredness
Right.
that men usually have.
Mm-hmm.
And when it comes to, so if you know within your circle of sacredness that you are talking about, you don't answer the phone, bruh.
Or if you do, I ain't got no problem with you answering the phone, but you have to
Move it.
immediately
Remove yourself.
excuse yourself to where the voices that are being spoken are not heard through that line at all.
And this is the reason why. You about to
Because
say
you
one?
know she on the other end like.
She listening. She ain't heard nothing you said
She ear hustling
for everything.
everything everybody else saying. I mean, that's the rule, man. Hey, look, a lot of stuff can be subjective that we talk about with man rules, but hey, look, that's a man rule that hey, look. Hey, and I almost say, hey, look, if that happens and you sit there and you answer that phone and you sit in that spot more than 5 seconds, it is perfectly okay for a fellow comrade to slap your phone, slap out your hand on the ground and bust it.
Yep. I mean, but think about it. I think about it this way. I don't know about y'all, but when I do things with the outlook of what may potentially happen, the consequences that may happen, whether it's good or bad. Good consequences, bad consequences.
Mm-hmm.
I agree there's both. So if I'm sitting there and I'm holding a conversation with my fellas and I answer the phone and knowing what we're talking about is personal or sacred, it may not even be, relevant to
Hey,
right
man,
now.
we could be in our lie telling, man.
Yeah,
It be in our, man, I had this one time, man, and I'm telling boy, it was 16 hours straight. But I'm telling you right now, and mama
So,
came in, get a mama too.
He telling his story.
I'm telling my
And
story.
I'm sitting there letting her hear this in the background, thinking of questions that I got to answer when I get home.
Right.
So I'm thinking ahead of time.
Boom.
Bruh, don't sit here and answer this or take this around the corner so that way you ain't got to answer questions later as to what he was talking about that he was over there lying about.
Yes. And that you in the midst of all that.
Because he was, like you said, he over there lying. Man, I was busting him down.
Man, I had about 15 of them at one time, man. I was Wilt Chamberlain, man. Man, I was at the Waffle House. I was Waffle House. All of them came home.
But it's crazy, though. It's crazy. Because you ever be in the middle of them conversations and it's always one dude to be like, seriously? For real? That's what you do? Everybody's like, bro, he lying like a mother. He ain't even had
half of that.
Yeah.
He don't even know what girl smell like.
Because it's always my brother, for real, dog, that's what you was doing? Man.
Chilling.
Yeah. Tell me how you did it.
Or he could be telling the truth. Or it could be one of your partners telling a story about your other partner.
Oh, yeah.
Now, a lot of times, them be true. When somebody else tells a story about, boy, I remember that one time you had that, and then this dude gonna answer the phone, and it's like, oh yeah, everything cool, we over here chilling, and then he still talking like, whoa, dog, hey,
blow the whistle, violation.
Hey, you got to go, man. Flag on the play, flag on the play.
But that was crazy when it happened though, because we were just sitting there chilling, and all of a sudden looking at yo, bro, you on the phone? And I remember you stopping. It was like, yo, man, take that around the corner, bro. Take that around the corner. I'm sitting there going, I'm like, Black, this dude on the phone. Man, take that around the corner, man. Hey, I mean, he called them out, like, cause you can't sit there like, you man, do you know what we talking about over here?
Yeah, man. We having our annual men's conference, and you just can't do that, man. So, hey, look, man. If you find yourself ever in the midst of the fellas, and you on the phone with your woman, kill yourself. Just kill yourself, man. Kill yourself.
Man code.
Man code.
Man code.
Man code. Man code. Man code. Now, if you in the car and you and your homeboy riding, and your woman happen to call you and you got Bluetooth on your phone, then when your woman come on the Bluetooth and your boys hears your woman, now man code is all your boys know to shut the front door.
No, but have you? I know everybody got one of these friends. I know who one of my friends. Yo, you ever be in your car and your phone ring and it's that friend who you have to say, bruh,
Oh, hey,
I'm on speaker.
I'm with my fam. I'm with the fam. Hey, but you don't say it like that. This how it go. Yo, this how it go. You look at it and you like, oh man. And then you say, all right, it's him. So, okay. You hit the button and be like, yo, dog, what up? We just driving with the fam. You don't even give him a chance to say hello. Yo, dog, we with the fam. You on speakerphone. Give me a second. Let me take you off. That's how you have to handle that.
That's so true. I'm sorry.
Because he'll be like, man,
Last night?
boy, you should have been there. I'm like, dog, you live in another state. I don't even live where you live. How could I have been there? Now you made me hot, dog. You making me hot.
Not even the ones that live in another state. The ones that live in the same state, bro. So that's what you was trying to go to last night? Right.
Yeah.
Yo, everybody got that one boy. That one boy. Like you said, you got to be like, yo, what's going on, bro? I'm in the car with the fam.
I am not that fortunate to have one.
You got been.
I have all of mine are like that. All mine like that, man. And all my boys like that. Every last one of them.
You look in the car, they
Boy, let me tell you something.
Like,
Boy, I meant to call you the other night. Boy, why you answer the phone when I call you the other night? Because I was asleep. Man, let me tell you what happened. No, not now.
Not right now.
I just said I'm in the car.
I just told you I was in the car. We on our way to Chuck E. Cheese.
Which
But
means the kids in the car.
you still want to tell me.
Right.
Yeah, that's how
Still
it
want
is.
to keep going.
Yeah. But rest in peace, I had one homeboy. He had, what do you call it, immunity to that. And my wife just knew he was, when he called, it was going to be some.
It's going to be something that's going to come out of his mouth.
Some belligerent type stuff. I mean, he could do stuff
I
like,
think we all got one of them too.
as soon as he called, hey, yo, how's my wife? And kids, you thank you for taking everything on. Just that stuff like that, man. You know, I was like, man, rest in peace, Big R, man. I love you, man. Big R Mel. He was one of them cats, man. That just was there was no saving him. It was just. I mean, yeah, he'll call back. He'll call back. You tell him hey, I'm in the car with my family. Great. I need to talk with him. I want to talk with my family. That's really my family. Stuff like that. My wife like, I don't like him. But she like.
But at least he ain't coming out his mouth with something left. Cause like I said, I got boys that you be like, yo, I'm gonna call you right back. I'm gonna call you right back. That's his type. I'm gonna call you right back.
Yeah, some of them you got. Yeah, man, I call you right back.
Yeah. Cause
I don't have time for it right now.
No,
I don't have time for it right now.
No, because I mean that's. Yeah. So because they would tell, and that can honestly in itself be a whole another man code. That could be another man code, bro. Yeah. That could be another man code. Do not answer the phone immediately talking about without verifying who is in the room with him, so that they don't hear exactly what goes on.
All right, cool. We're gonna table that. But today's man code is, fellas, if you find yourself in a cipher, man, and y'all talking y'all and doing y'all thing, you get a call from your woman, you must, it is a law. It's like, it's worse than the hands-free phone law, you know, when you driving. If we catch you with that phone to your mouth, a hole in your hand, hey, look, forget giving you a ticket, we executing you, man. We electrocuting you, man. We taking you to the electric chair. It's just that simple, man. It's that serious, man. You need to get jail time, man. You gotta get jail time, and we still gonna kill you. You know what I'm saying? And it's just got to be that serious. You cannot answer the phone and talk to your woman.
It made me want to say, what's your boy TK Kirkland? Who raised you?
Who raised you?
Who raised you?
Who raised you?
Exactly. Like,
That's
bruh.
one of my favorite comedians, man.
TK?
Yeah, TK. Who raised? Exactly.
Who raised?
T to the.
Exactly.
I want. Y'all know. If y'all know TK, y'all know what it do.
What you say? Invite you to your man. Invite him to your man cave. He'll give you all the customers you
Oh
want.
yeah, we can give y'all a cover. But yeah, man. And if you in the car, and you and your boy, and your woman call you while you in the car, you not driving, you got to tell her bye. You got to hang up.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because you can't kick him out the car.
Yeah.
Can't be like go around the corner. Nah, if you in the car and she call you, well, no. What you do is it's modern day technology. Text her back. We on our way to X, Y, and Z. I'll call you when we
I'll
get
call
there.
you back when we get there.
Call him again.
But if you are the driver and your woman call, I really think that you shouldn't answer the phone
Just
at
don't
that
answer the
time.
phone.
You don't answer that phone. But it's your car. You in control. I think everybody need to just be quiet for a second.
So that's what you say. Hey, bro, shut up. We gotta right quick. Hold on.
I gotta handle this. If you drive, because I'm driving, man. I ain't finna deprive my woman of talking to me. Well,
Dang.
that sounds like it's time to not talk to me no more. And the time is going on.
That's the
The
beat.
time is good on. We will catch y'all next week. Millionaire Man Cave. Peace, y'all.
Peace.
When they do that, cause we do that there. I see you talking, so we gon' take it there.